Give it up for the host of Black Newsbeat, Dr. Kimeka Campbell.
Welcome to an abbreviated episode of Black Newsbeat. This is going to be our last episode for the year, so I at least wanted to go live. Hopefully, you've been following along tonight. You are looking at the newly minted recipient of the Diversity Influencer of the Year Award. Yes. Shout out to the Harrisburg region and Creedic for this beautiful Catalyst Award. And tonight we're going to do a little something different. I have a special guest with me. You guys might recognize him as the lovely, the handsome, the gorgeous, talented Basir Vincent. He's usually behind, he's not behind, but he's usually behind the camera.
Behind the scenes.
He's the show engineer, and before we're gonna do something different, he's gonna interview me. Oh, look at that. And before we go too far, I want to thank everyone who supported me and the awardees tonight at the awards ceremony. Thank you guys for coming. That was amazing. And for those of us who couldn't make it, thank you for coming to the reception as well. I appreciate that. And shout out to the Black Newsbeat team. They were in the house, made sure we got some great shots. And now we're here. So I'm just going to turn it over. Now I'm going to be quiet for 1 second, not long.
Yeah. If anyone's seen the 3 special episodes, this is going to be, we'll see how long.
It's always good. It's always good.
All right. So first, congratulations on winning the Harrisburg Regional Chamber and Creedic Diversity Influencer of the Year. Tell us a little bit about what this award means to you.
Well, it means to me that all of the iterations of things that I've tried worked finally. That's what it feels like. It feels like you try to do so many different versions of a project, and you feel like you're doing it big in the first couple of years, and then you get to year 5 and you're like, oh, this is the one. And then I think it's just built like that. Year 3 was the one, year 4 was the one, year 5 was the one, especially with Juneteenth. So for me, it feels like I'm onto something, like it really worked.
All right. So with the landscape, you touched on this a little bit during your speech. If anyone sees it, we'll do an abbreviated version of it and post it up.
Yeah.
But the landscape's going to change, right?
Yeah.
Diversity might become a bad word soon, right? We've heard stories about what this looks like. So what do you think your role will be in the future? And what do you have to say to all the people who want to champion, diversity, any type of diversity, equity, inclusion?
Yeah.
That world is now, maybe at risk.
This one's hard. This is something that keeps me up at night. It's in my dreams. What is diversity, equity, inclusion going to look like in the foreseeable future? What's it going to look like? And what things are being put in place to get rid of it? There are people who are working overtime right now to literally take diversity, equity, inclusion out of companies, to shame them out of it by saying things like, well, it just doesn't work. And it's divisive. That's my favorite one. It's divisive. And I don't know yet. I don't know what it's going to look like. But I do know this, that equity and inclusion is meant and should be the glue that brings us all together and helps us to show up as our full selves, like I was talking about tonight. Equity is just that. It is to provide parity amongst the opportunities that we have in our communities and in our region, not to keep anybody away from a thing. And I think that's what it's become. We've pushed diversity so far to the side where we're like, we're always trying to find its value instead of knowing that it is intrinsically valuable. So we're always like, well, if it doesn't work, then it's not valuable anymore. Versus practicing diversity, equity, inclusion, practicing being an inclusive society is a journey. It's not a sprint, and it's not a destination. It's a true journey. So that's what I'm hoping, that on this next leg of the journey, on this next leg of the marathon, that we realize the challenges, but we stay connected to each other. We stay close together. We remember our values, And we beat the adversarial forces at their own game. That's what I'm hoping that we do, and know that we're smart enough to do it. Know that we're responsible enough, that we care enough to do it, so that we come out on the other side of this, whatever's coming next, more connected. You know, people say we want to win. I want to win, but I also want to be more connected, more responsive to my peers and my friends and my coworkers and my fellow leaders. So yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use this next question kind of like a humble brag. Everyone knows she's Dr. Kimeka Campbell. She has the highest degree in the land. I have seen with my own eyes, people will doubt her for silly reasons. She mentioned it in her speech, you know, everything from when she was getting her grad degree to before when she was going into college on her undergrad to, you know, I always tell people I'm going to write a book called Kimeka versus Everybody because, you know, it seems like there's always a force that's standing up against you. So, you know, for something that I think a lot of Black women get, especially, it seems like, you know, some of the people who shouldn't be challenged on their intelligence are constantly challenged and vice versa. Yeah. So tell everyone, what is your approach to dealing with such kind of repeated, almost assaults on your intelligence?
Yeah. I make it a game now. I truly, it bothers me. I'm never gonna lie to you and say it doesn't bother me, but I have to make it a game. Part of that's our West Indian culture. Like, it's funny to me. The caliber of people that sometimes question you on things is so low that sometimes all you can do is laugh. All right, all you can do is just look incredulously, like, now I know. Now I know. You know, just kind of do that a little bit. But the other thing that happens is, I've had these aha moments where I'm like, oh, you think that this is a debate. You think I haven't done the work. You think that I just got up here and started talking, because that's probably what you do. And I had to remind myself that people are not doing the amount of work I'm doing, and it makes me more confident. Right? Like, Anna's here. Hi, Anna. She knows. We can talk circles around motherfuckers all across the land, okay? And what's funny about that is that when we get to talking about sisters all the time, he's like, when you guys get to talking, you suck all the air out of the room and nobody can get a word in edgewise, right? Because our brains are going a mile a minute and we're so far out in our thinking sometimes that, you know, we got to rein it in. But what I keep remembering is, and that's not necessarily like, I don't want to make it sound like I'm bragging, a little bit of a brag, but also it reminds me that I need to stay grounded with people, because people aren't thinking as fast as I am. They're not seeing the vision 10 years from now, right? People didn't see the vision 7 years ago. Black people see it's about to be 9. In 9. That's wild. On June the 16th. No, people don't see the vision, and that's why you have to be a standard bearer and a torch bearer. That's why you have to, when people doubt your intelligence, you have to find another way to communicate with them. When people doubt that you have the roadmap and you know the way, you have to keep showing people the way. Yes, you do have to drag them kicking and screaming sometimes, but you have to be confident enough in that you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing to do that. So it bothers me. I do turn it into a game, but I also know that it is my community responsibility to keep doing the thing.
So diversity means a lot of things to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And I know, especially, you know, you challenge almost every version of what that looks like. I've seen you challenge white people when diversity means, you know, Black people. I've seen you challenge men when diversity means women. But I've seen you challenge, you know, Black people, especially when diversity means sexuality, when diversity might mean, you know, gender, when diversity might mean some other type of identification that people might not feel as comfortable with. How do you keep pushing that And what do you say to people who always are trying to challenge the intersectionalities of what diversity means?
These are really good questions. Did you think of these beforehand?
No.
He did not know he was doing this. That is a really good question. Half the time I don't know. It is. I will be very honest. Sometimes it's reactionary because the parts of me that are my intersection that are challenged, I can see it really clearly in other people. A lot of the time, not all the time. I have blind spots just like anybody else, but I can commiserate with others because I know when my own way of identifying in the world is challenged. You feel it's second nature. You feel it as sure as you know your name, as sure as you know where you were born. But challenging it is harder because people punish you for challenging their ideas and their foundations of who they think they are, not who they are, who they think they are. People punish you when you challenge those things, so it's scary. But if you don't challenge those things, how do you grow? If you don't challenge yourself, how do you learn? If you don't make it a priority to make sure the intersectionality is the way forward, how do you go forward? So I try, and sometimes it takes me a minute to catch on to some things. There are certain things I still have moments of regression on where I'm like, damn, I got to rethink how I'm thinking about that because I'm playing into white supremacy. I'm playing into the patriarchy. I'm playing into Black magical Negro syndrome. I'm playing into this stuff and I shouldn't be. Yeah, I don't know if that answers the question, but I gotta challenge it all. I have to challenge myself, and I think that gives me room and I have to. The hardest part of treating yourself with grace, treating others with grace. I'm still learning that. Sometimes Basir gets on me about this all the time. He's like, "Baby, can't just be throwing people off the island." But it's a journey. But I feel comfortable challenging others because I spend a lot of time challenging myself.
So obviously, you talked to the audience about this kind of before we went on, but it's for a lot of people, there's a lot of fear in the air. There's a lot of worry about what's happening next. What are your plans for what's happening next, and what are the words that you could provide for people to say like, hey, what are we happening next? And they're looking to someone like you.
Yeah, well, my first words of encouragement are, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Because we make it a priority to do so. We find a way through no matter what. And that's the floor for me. That's the standard for me. Adversity is something that Black and brown communities and marginalized communities have used to build everything that we see. Adversity and trials and hardship and othering and discrimination and racism and sexism and transphobia and homophobia. You just go down all the lists of all the things. Are all things that we have been using this whole time to persist and to move forward. So I'm never fearful about that. We're gonna go forward. How is always murky because we're like, well, how are we gonna do it this time with all these new challenges that are sure to impede us. But my words of encouragement on top of that, those sure challenges are, it's you. It's you. It's Gib. It's Basir. It's me. It's Vernon. It's all of you working with each other, weaving this community basket, weaving our thoughts and our joys and our fears together to hold each other together in a time where the absolute thing that is going to be expected of you is to fall apart. That's what is expected. So if you hold yourselves up, hold each other up, you are already 2 and 3 steps ahead. That is a fact. Should you fight together and with each other? You should. Should you challenge each other? You should. No strong structures are expected, right, to go unchallenged. It doesn't happen. You build strong structures by making sure they can withstand a lot of challenges. That's the whole point of the story. So hold each other up. Weave our community basket together. That's going to hold all of our good things, some bad things, things we need to challenge and fish out and replace. But weave it together. Hold each other up. If you don't hold each other up, someone's going to come in there and try to snatch out the good things that you want to see happen in the future. It's going to snatch out and tear up and destroy because you're hanging out by yourself, right? You're hanging out on the periphery without the protection of the community, without weaving that community basket together that's protecting our stuff and holding our stuff. So weave together, stay together, learn together, grow together, fight together, challenge each other, uplift each other, show up for each other just like y'all show up here tonight, right? And by the way, thank you for showing up for me personally tonight. This means the world to me. Thank you.
I'll lighten it up. Maybe. So, if anyone knows, like from pretty much post Thanksgiving / pre Thanksgiving to probably like New Year's, it's Christmas season.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas movie season. So
in our house, that's all we do with
let's give them what are some of the top. We'll go top 5, and I'll say whether I agree.
5?
Top 3.
Okay,
because
I'll have to go through. All right, I like Christmas checklist, but you fell asleep.
Christmas checklist.
You fell asleep on that one. That was the one. Only
Is that
one
for
you fell
this
asleep
year?
on. Yeah, that was this year. Oh, you mean like all time? Okay, my favorite Christmas movie of all time is Last Holiday with Queen Latifah.
That's a good one.
That is my favorite one. That is such an uplift. I love it. I just love that one. My top 2 of all time. We're gonna do all time.
We'll do all time.
Is what?
Get that.
1 of 5.
Boo.
The movie that I watched over and over again as a kid was A Christmas Story. I watched it 6 million times every season. That's my second one. And my third one, it's not a Christmas movie per se, but I just made my husband watch all of Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea. And there's definitely holiday scenes in there, but that's what we used to watch every holiday at our house. And we went through the whole thing together. This is the first time he's like, I did not know that this was something you loved. But if you watch Anne of Green Gables, a lot of my personality can be explained. I probably watched that movie probably second to A Christmas Story growing up. I watched those 2 movies all the time. So, and that's a Canadian whole thing. But those are my top 3. So those are good. That's good. It's all right. You don't really like it. Okay, fine.
I mean, you know.
What would you have said?
I mean, just some more. But the Queen Latifah movie, LL Cool J and Queen Latifah. That's classic. Last Holiday. If anyone ever needs something to like feel good, that's a good one.
It's a great one.
I would have thrown in like a Christmas musical, like
Like what? Oh, like what's the one that This Christmas is great. No, but the one that was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, why am I?
Right.
What? Bojangles.
Bojangles.
Wait. Somebody said Friday after next, and that's valid. I feel that's very valid.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bojangles is Mr. Bojangles, not Miss Bojangles. Jingle Jangle.
Jingle Jangle. That's the movie.
Child, we had every name. Not the right ones.
Yeah.
Mr. Bojangles. No. Jingle Jangle is one of my favorite Christmas songs to come out of Jingle Jangle is the one that she sings. It's impossible. That one. Higher than obstacles. I forgot the whole words, but that song, Impossible, has gotten me through probably like 6 different crises in the last 3 since the movie came out. So yeah, that one definitely gets an honorable mention. But I will just say I've watched Green Gables more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
All right.
So, what are some? Well, we'll do a little media and melon in it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
What are you been enjoying right now? What's bringing light?
Yes. I just got done watching. Thank you. Can you use more? Okay. I just got done watching the season 2, episode 8 of Accused. That was some good, media and melon. That was a good Black people show. One Black episode was excellent. It's about AI. Y'all know I'm into AI. And it was about a robot that a husband and wife invited to the home, and the husband fell in love with the robot because the wife was unavailable running her company. And it's a whole situation. You gotta watch it. That was really,
Luke
really
Cage
good.
is in it.
Luke Cage is in it. That's right. Luke Cage is in it. And that was great. I was also enjoying, I just got done watching Mr. Comeback or Mr. Throwback on Hulu with Ego Nwodim, and she is fabulous with Stephen Curry, Ego Nwodim, and some other people. But those two, especially Ego, she is phenomenal in Mr. Throwback. And I encourage everyone to watch, one, so they can get the streams, and two, because she is fab. Like, she's really good. And seeing this dark-skinned, beautiful, funny Black woman with some of the most amazing comedic timing that I've seen out of anyone in like a long time, and really see her shine, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. What about you?
Abbott Elementary.
Yes,
That is like my little piece of just, especially when thinking about like school systems and all the other things, like just getting that level of entertainment is very good. You know, I'm full Marvel fan, so like Agatha all along, I had watched all of that.
That was
so
really good.
Anyone, yeah, absolutely. Just,
Agatha was really good.
like, and I think they surpassed, like, because I'm sure people still tried to like review bomb it because they're mad that there's not like a straight white male lead, but it's very well done and very simple, very simply done, very simple stages. Like it's basically like they convert pretty much probably 1 or 2 sets for everything they're doing on the show. And I love that throwback, especially in a world of Marvel where you're used to like special effects and, you know, all of this. Just like simplify it and it be more about how people are acting and the writing.
Yeah.
And then I'm really excited for What If coming up.
So that's going to be good. What If's going to be good. So I would like to negate everything I said before. I lied. Best Man Holiday is my favorite.
Oh my!
It's my favorite also. I forgot. I was home and I was nostalgic.
Yeah.
Best Man Holiday.
We
what was
we
I
were
thinking?
on a road trip, so from Florida, we popped on. Like it gets me every time. Like if y'all want to see me cry,
he will cry immediately.
Put on Best Man Holiday. When Morris Chestnut falls and Tay Diggs catches him, I'm like, every time.
I'm like, babe, are you crying? He's like, every time.
I'm in the car, like I'm just like.
He's driving, trying to hold himself together.
So it was great.
Yeah. So
and then the whole series afterwards is fantastic.
And then we watched the entire thing after. We watched all of the
final chapters. If y'all haven't seen, like our generation got the best like compilation because between Best Man Holiday, and then the final chapters, it's just it's good stuff.
So good stuff.
Good relationship, like
yes. And I needed the closure. I'm not gonna lie to you. I needed the closure.
Oh yeah, the closure is great.
So yeah. So have we sufficiently interviewed?
I think so.
Okay.
Anything? What other last messages that you want to get, or we can cut to commercial break and we can do a last lap, or we can just
we can get out of here.
All right.
We can hang out with the wonderful guests that are in the room.
Any last words of wisdom for the people? Anything exciting for the new year? Anything else you want to tell people?
Well, I am excited that I feel like. So I'm an organizer at heart. So when I see all of you here, I'm like, yes, if I can get them together for this, I can get them together for something else. Because I'm a natural organizer. So I'm excited to see what we do together. What can we do together in the new year? What projects can we tackle? Are y'all coming to Juneteenth?
Yeah.
What can we do together? And what can I help with? Don't not too much on me though, because I'm tired. But but I will get there, and I will be able to help with different things and words of wisdom. I don't really have any because I feel like the wisdom right now is coming from y'all. I'm trying my best not to be too sappy, but this is giving me so much life. Just seeing you guys in this room is giving me so much, and I love you so much. And I love this community so much. This is my chosen home in Harrisburg. If you guys didn't know, Basir and I fully moved into the city of Harrisburg. We divested of our other things, and we are fully here because Harrisburg means so much to us. We spent a lot of our adult lives here, and I just can't wait to see what we do next.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Well, thank you, Kimeka.
Absolutely. Thank you, babe. Thank you, Basir.
And thank you, everyone. Have a great...
I'll see y'all soon. We'll be back in the new year with season 5 of the Black Newsbeat. I love you all. As I say at the end of every show, be kind to yourselves, love yourselves, big up yourselves, clap for yourselves. Because y'all the reason I do what I do. So love you so much. See you in 2025. Good night.
Look at all of you. But look at all of you. Everything is looking amazing. I just want to say, shout out to all of you, the community that helped make this night a success and the whole week a success. I love y'all so much.
Clap it up for yourselves one more time. Y'all look amazing out here.
Yeah, y'all look amazing.
Yes.
And the other thing that I want to say is shout out to our sponsors and VIP. I want you guys to remember this feeling. I want you guys to remember how wonderful it feels to celebrate Juneteenth in Harrisburg. We always want to have this, and it's possible because of all of you.
Yes, yes, yes.